All right, here we are here at home, and it is just warm, beautiful days if you like the heat.
Yeah. The days are getting shorter.
Shorter and
I
shorter.
noticed that too.
It's still surprising how warm we're able to get during the day because of the short days.
Yeah.
Part of that is just because of how dry things have been. When it's really dry, we get those nice, crisp, cool nights, but then we get those warm days during the afternoon. That may be about to come to an end. Give it another 3 days or so, and we're going to start to see some changes. So here's your temperature map. 84 at Eagle Creek, 83 for the airport, for Avon, for Fishers and Carmel, Mount Comfort. Temperatures easily able to get into the 80s. What happens from here is that this pattern sticks around for at least another 3 days, maybe 4 days before we start to see some changes. It'll probably take it through maybe Tuesday or so before we completely change it, but it may stick around at least for another several days, including your weekend. 58 for tonight. Some of you are going to be a little bit cooler than that. Expect to warm up very quickly yet again. We'll be into the mid 70s by midday, and then by the afternoon we're back into those mid to upper 80s for some of you, probably closer to the mid 80s for some of you, as we're starting to, as Dustin said, see the days become a little bit shorter. The weekend forecast, carbon copy of exactly what we saw. Control C, Control V, as we say. Copy and paste it over because it's exactly the same thing. Yes, that was an old school Excel joke or whatever computer program you love. Temperatures in the mid 80s through Monday. This is the pattern change we're talking about. And when you see this type of pattern change, usually when you go from one type of pattern down to something that's a little bit different, this transitional time frame, this is where the interesting weather is going to happen. And that is exactly where the rain chances ramp up. So Tuesday is our best chance. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to be a lot of rain that's going to come with this. We desperately need it. I've been talking about the drought that has started to see some of this extreme drought creep into parts of Indiana. Just about all of the severe drought or the moderate drought has held in place from what we saw week to week when we look at the drought monitor. But this is a lot of dry conditions that's in place for the state, and we desperately could use some rain. In fact, it's not only about getting the rain, but when the temperatures remain hot and the conditions remain dry, we get even more evaporation, and that adds to the problem. Let's talk about rainfall totals, though, because looking out when that system arrives sometime on Tuesday, it's not going to amount to very much rain. Most of the heaviest rain is probably going to be on the East Coast. We'll probably see less than a half an inch of rain from this system, if we're even able to get that much. And I think that may be a bit optimistic for some of you. So it's not a lot of rain that we're going with for the 7-day forecast, but there is at least some rain in there. Monday and Tuesday, those are your chances. Really late Monday, mostly Tuesday, and perhaps a chance for some of that to linger around until Wednesday. Temperatures do cool down a bit if you're looking for the cooler temperatures. 60s are expected by next week. Felicia?